Risk assessment safety interview question and answer. What is a risk assessment? Identify hazards and risk factors that have the potential to cause harm. Hazard identification. Analyze and evaluate the risk associated with that hazard, risk analysis, and risk evaluation. Determine appropriate ways to eliminate the hazard, or control the risk when the hazard cannot be eliminated. Risk control. Why is risk assessment important? Create awareness of hazards and risk. Identify who may be at risk, e.g., employees, cleaners, visitors, contractors, the public, etc. Determine whether a control program is required for a particular hazard. Determine if existing control measures are adequate or if more should be done. Prevent injuries or illnesses, especially when done at the design or planning stage. Prioritize hazards and control measures. Meet legal requirements where applicable. When should a risk assessment be done? Before new processes or activities are introduced. Before changes are introduced to existing processes or activities, including when products, machinery, tools, equipment change or new information concerning harm becomes available. When hazards are identified. How do you plan for a risk assessment? What the scope of your risk assessment will be, e.g., be specific about what you are assessing such as the lifetime of the product, the physical area where the work activity takes place, or the types of hazards. The resources needed, e.g., train a team of individuals to carry out the assessment, the types of information sources, etc. What type of risk analysis measures will be used, e.g., how exact the scale or parameters need to be in order to provide the most relevant evaluation. Who are the stakeholders involved, e.g., manager, supervisors, workers, worker representatives, suppliers, etc. What relevant laws, regulations, codes, or standards may apply in your jurisdiction, as well as organizational policies and procedures. How is a risk assessment done? Identify hazards. Determine the likelihood of harm, such as an injury or illness occurring, and its severity. Consider normal operational situations as well as non-standard events such as maintenance, shutdowns, power outages, emergencies, extreme weather, etc. Review all available health and safety information about the hazard such as Safety Data Sheet, SDS, manufacturer's literature, information from reputable organizations, results of testing, workplace inspection reports, records of workplace incidents, accidents, including information about the type and frequency of the occurrence, illnesses, injuries, near misses, etc. Understand the minimum legislated requirements for your jurisdiction. Identify actions necessary to eliminate the hazard, or control the risk using the hierarchy of risk control methods. Evaluate to confirm if the hazard has been eliminated or if the risk is appropriately controlled. Monitor to make sure the control continues to be effective. Keep any documents or records that may be necessary. Documentation may include detailing the process used to assess the risk, outlining any evaluations, or detailing how conclusions were made. How are the hazards identified? Look at all aspects of the work. Include non-routine activities such as maintenance, repair, or cleaning. Look at accident, incident, near-miss records. Include people who work off-site either at home, on other job sites, drivers, teleworkers, with clients, etc. Look at the way the work is organized or done, include experience of people doing the work, systems being used, etc. Look at foreseeable unusual conditions, for example, possible impact on hazard control procedures that may be unavailable in an emergency situation, power outage, etc. Determine whether a product, machine or equipment can be intentionally or unintentionally changed, e.g., a safety guard that could be removed. Review all of the phases of the life cycle. Examine risks to visitors or the public. Consider the groups of people that may have a different level of risk, such as young or inexperienced workers, persons with disabilities, or new or expectant mothers. How do you know if the hazard will cause harm, poses a risk? Product information, manufacturer documentation. Past experience, knowledge from workers, etc. Legislated requirements and/or applicable standards. Industry codes of practice, best practices. Health and safety material about the hazard, such as safety data sheets, SDSs, research studies, or other manufacturer information. Information from reputable organizations. Results of testing, atmospheric or air sampling of workplace, biological swabs, etc. The expertise of an occupational health and safety professional. Information about previous injuries, illnesses, near misses, incident reports, etc. Observation of the process or task. What are methods of hazard control? Elimination, including substitution. Engineering controls. Administrative controls. Personal protective equipment. Why is it important to review and monitor the assessments? It is important to know if your risk assessment was complete and accurate. It is also essential to be sure that any changes in the workplace have not introduced new hazards or changed hazards that were once ranked as lower priority to a higher priority. It is good practice to review your assessment on a regular basis to make sure your control methods are effective.
Please give comment and suggestions.
Thank you.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank for visit our channel. See you next class.
Thank you.